Security 1. Interpol. News. Interpol issued its first silver notice as part of a 52-country pilot project, which includes India. Meanwhile, the Ministry of Home Affairs launched the BharatPol portal to facilitate seamless connectivity with Interpol. About BharatPol. It is an online platform developed by the Central Bureau of Investigation, CBI, for international police cooperation. It enables seamless connectivity between Indian law enforcement agencies and Interpol, facilitating faster investigations. The portal allows real-time information sharing, ensuring quicker access to global policing support. Additionally, it streamlines the processing of red notices and other Interpol notices, assisting field-level officers in tackling crimes more efficiently. About Interpol. It is an intergovernmental organization that was founded in 1923 as International Criminal Police Commission in Vienna, Austria. Headquarters, Lyon, France. Members, it has 196 member countries. Interpol is the only organization with a mandate and technical infrastructure to share police information globally. Its highest governing body is the General Assembly. In each country, an Interpol National Central Bureau, NCB, provides the central point of contact for the General Secretariat and other NCBs. In India, CBI has been designated as the National Central Bureau, NCB, for Interpol. Notices. Interpol's color-coded notices are international alerts or requests for cooperation, enabling police in member countries to share crucial crime-related information. 2. Convention on Cluster Munitions News. Recently, Lithuania withdrew from Convention on Cluster Munitions prohibiting cluster bombs, citing security concerns over Russia. About Convention on Cluster Munitions Genesis. It is an international treaty of more than 100 states, adopted on May 30, 2008, signed on December 3, 2008, and entered into force on August 1, 2010. Objective. The Convention on Cluster Munitions CCM strictly forbids the use, development, production, acquisition, stockpiling, and transfer of cluster munitions under any circumstances. It also prohibits assisting or encouraging others to participate in these banned activities. The convention offers a comprehensive international framework to address the harm caused by cluster munitions and their remnants, aiming to prevent their proliferation and future use. Membership status. 112 states are parties to the convention and 12 states have signed but not yet ratified. India, USA, Russia, China, Ukraine, and Israel are not signatories due to military and strategic considerations. 3. Munich Security Conference. News. External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar attended the Munich Security Conference 2025 about Munich Security Conference 2025. The Munich Security Conference, MSC, is a yearly international forum dedicated to global security policy. It gathers world leaders, defense officials, policymakers, and experts to deliberate on critical security issues such as geopolitics, military conflicts, cyber threats, and climate security. It was established in 1963. The conference takes place in Munich, Germany. Significance. It is recognized as one of the most influential platforms for defense and foreign policy discussions. MSC provides a neutral venue where major global powers including the US, EU, China, and Russia engage in high-level diplomatic dialogue to tackle international crises and security challenges. 4. Eurodrone News. Recently, India has joined the Eurodrone program as an observer state. About Eurodrone. Eurodrone, or European Medium Altitude Long Endurance Remotely Piloted Aircraft System, MALE RPAS, is a twin-turboprop male unmanned aerial vehicle UAV. It can be used for long-endurance missions such as intelligence, surveillance, target acquisition and reconnaissance, ISTER, maritime surveillance, etc. About Eurodrone program. It is a four-nation initiative involving Germany, France, Italy, and Spain. It is part of Europe's collective defense strategy, reducing reliance on US and Israeli platforms such as the Reaper and Heron drones, respectively. The program is managed by the Bonn-based Organization for Joint Armament Cooperation, OCCAR, and led by Taufkirchen-based aerospace company Airbus Defence and Space. 5. Sonobuoys. News. India and the US announced cooperation on co-production of US sonobuoys for undersea domain awareness, UDA, for the Indian Navy. About sonobuoys. Sonobuoys are expendable, electromechanical acoustic devices used to detect underwater sounds, such as those made by submarines or ships. Working mechanism. Sonobuoys are dropped from aircraft or ships in canisters and activate upon contact with water. An inflatable float with a radio transmitter remains on the surface for communication, while hydrophones descend to a predetermined depth to capture underwater acoustic signals. These signals are relayed via very high frequency, VHF, or ultra high frequency, UHF, communication to monitoring platforms. Applications. Primarily used for anti-submarine warfare, sonobuoys are also deployed for environmental monitoring, marine life studies, and oceanographic research. They assist in understanding underwater conditions like water temperature, salinity, and ambient noise levels. 6. In Surat, INS Nilgiri, and INS Vagshir. News. 3 frontline combatants, INS Surat, INS Nilgiri, and INS Vagshir were commissioned into the Indian Navy for the first time. INS Surat. INS Surat is a stealth-guided missile destroyer and the fourth and final vessel under Project 15B. It is also known as the Visakhapatnam class. It is India's first warship to be equipped with artificial intelligence (AI) solutions. It has a displacement of 7,400 tons. INS Nilgiri. INS Nilgiri is the lead ship of the Project 17A stealth frigate class. Built by Mazagon Dock Shipbuilders Limited (MDL) in Mumbai and Garden Reach Shipbuilders and Engineers (GRSE) in Kolkata is the first of 7 frigates being constructed under this project. Using an integrated construction methodology to reduce spilled time, the ship is designed to operate in blue water environments. It can address both conventional and non-conventional threats. It is designed for multi-mission operations, including anti-surface, anti-air, and anti-submarine warfare. INS Bagshir. INS Bagshir is the 6th and final submarine of the Kalvari class. Other 5 submarines of Kalvari class are Kalvari, Kandari, Karanj, Vela. Vajrat is a diesel-electric attack submarine, is based on the Scorpion class design. It is named after a type of sandfish found in the Indian Ocean. 7. Pig butchering scam. News. The Union Ministry of Home Affairs, in its 2023-24 annual report, highlighted the emerging cyber fraud known as the pig butchering scam or investment scam. About pig butchering scam. This scam is a global issue involving large-scale money laundering and even cyber slavery. It is a type of confidence and investment fraud where the victim is gradually manipulated into making increasing financial contributions to what appears to be a legitimate investment, only for the scammer to disappear with the funds. Scammers primarily target vulnerable groups such as unemployed youths, housewives, and students. To the point weapons/systems in news, India. Pinaka Multiple Rocket Launch Systems, MRLS. Context. The Union Defense Ministry recently signed contracts worth 10,147 Indian rupees crore for a variety of ammunition for the Army's Pinaka Multiple Rocket Launch Systems, MRLS. About Pinaka MRLS, it is a battle-proven, all-weather, indirect area fire artillery weapon system. It was developed by DRDO's Armament Research and Development Establishment, ARD. It was first used during the Kargil War, where it successfully neutralized Pakistan Army positions on the mountaintops. It delivers a variety of warheads, including high explosive and submunitions. It has a range of 60 to 75 kilometers. About Nagmark 2. Context. India has successfully tested the Nagmark 2. About Nagmark 2, it is an indigenously developed anti-tank guided missile, ATGM, that works in all weather conditions. It is a fire-and-forget missile with lock-on after-launch capability. Developed by Defense Research and Development Organization, DRDO. The missile is launched from Namika, Nag missile carrier, an anti-tank armored vehicle used by the Indian Army. Estimated range, 7 to 10 kilometers. Vertically launched. Context. India recently conducted a successful flight test of the vertically launched short missile. Range surface-to-air missile, VLSRSAM, from a defense test facility off the Odisha coast. About VLSRSAM developed by Defense Research and Development Organization, DRDO. This quick-reaction missile is capable of neutralizing various aerial threats at close ranges, including sea-skimming targets. It was originally designed for the Indian Navy with a strike range of 40 kilometers. It has now been enhanced to attack targets up to 80 kilometers. Additionally, it is being developed for the Indian Air Force to safeguard its air bases. It is capable of reaching Mach 4.5. It can achieve a maximum altitude of 16 kilometers. Bhargavastra. Context. India has successfully conducted the first test of its indigenous micromissile system, Bhargavastra, developed to counter the threat of swarm drones. Key features of Bhargavastra detection capability: can identify small incoming drones from distances exceeding 6 kilometers. Rapid response, designed for quick deployment on mobile platforms. Multi-target engagement, capable of detecting, tracking, and engaging up to 64 targets simultaneously. Guided micro-munitions, employs micro-munitions that can be directed toward identified threats. Sanjay system. Context. The Defense Minister recently unveiled Sanjay, an advanced battlefield surveillance system, BSS, aimed at strengthening the Indian Army's surveillance and reconnaissance capabilities. About the Sanjay system development, jointly developed by the Indian Army and Bharat Electronics Limited, BEL, under the Atmanirbhar Bharat initiative. Functionality. Creates a unified battlefield surveillance picture by processing information through the Army Data Network and Satellite Communication Network. Integration. Designed to seamlessly merge data from both ground and aerial battlefield sensors for enhanced situational awareness. Exercises in News Dharma Guardian. Context. The 6th edition of the India-Japan Joint Military Exercise, Dharma Guardian, recently held at the East Fuji Training Area in Japan. About Dharma Guardian, it is a joint military exercise between India and Japan, conducted annually and held alternately in both countries. Objective. Improve interoperability between forces for urban warfare and counterterrorism under a UN mandate. Equivalent. Context. Recently, the 13th edition of Joint Military Exercise, Equivalent, between the Indian Army and the Maldives National Defense Force has commenced. About Equivalent, it is a bilateral military annual exercise conducted alternatively in India and Maldives. Aim of exercise. It is aimed at enhancing interoperability in counterinsurgency and counterterrorism operations and carry out joint humanitarian assistance and disaster relief operations. Cyclone 2025. Context. India and Egypt have conducted their 3rd joint military exercise, Cyclone 2025. About Cyclone 2025 location, Rajasthan, India participants, India and Egypt objective. Enhance defense cooperation. Improve interoperability. Share special forces skills in desert warfare La Paras. Context. India's indigenous guided missile destroyer INS Mumbai is participating in the 5th edition of Exercise La Paras. About exercise La Perouse hosted by France. La Perouse takes place in the strategic straits of Malacca, Sunda, and Lombok, connecting the Indian Ocean and the Pacific Ocean. Participating nations include Australia, Canada, the USA, France, India, Indonesia, Malaysia, the United Kingdom, and Singapore. The exercise aims to strengthen maritime situational awareness by fostering cooperation in maritime surveillance, maritime interdiction operations, and air operations.